This is the final video right before the final showdown in the final four. A lot of finals in this one of Illinois and UConn. The final video we'll be doing on this. I will be giving you the preview, the kind of overarching preview of this game, the prediction that I have in mind. And I am by myself in this one today, as Sonny Verma has told his Discord chat that he gives too many predictions and well, not that he gives too many predictions, but he has predicted Illinois to win too many times, and apparently to them that is now bad luck. So Sonny is banned from predictions, and you are stuck with me for the predictions today. And as far as I'm concerned, I think I've got this game pretty well figured out at this point. Does it mean everything I predict is going to happen is going to happen? No, of course not. This is college basketball. But I do feel like a lot of the things that Sonny and I have been talking about are things that we need to look out for, as this rematch has been circled ever since November after the beatdown that Illinois sustained against UConn at MSG. It's been when I say it's been circled, I mean UConn has been a team that every Illinois fan has wanted to see again, especially this Illinois team after facing them in November. You had the NCAA tournament when you faced them last year. You have UConn now, facing them in November. You now have UConn in the Final Four. UConn has been the boogeyman of Illinois this year and last season, and this is a perfect opportunity for Brad Underwood to bring it full circle as UConn, the number 2 seed in the NCAA tournament, 33-5 versus number 3 seed Illinois, who is 28-8 on the season. Their first ever Final Four clash between these two programs. If you look back at what happened in November, on November 28th, UConn won that one 74-61. Illinois was ice cold from three, 6 of 29 from three, and they were forced into 18 turnovers in that game. I think Illinois has a good game plan here, has a good opportunity to not fall into the same trap they fell into against UConn the first time. Illinois is not the same team. You saw Mihajlo Petrovic play nearly 20 minutes in that game. You saw Keaton Wagler not even start. He played less minutes, 13 minutes in that game against against UConn. Mihajlo Petrovic played 18, Keaton Wagler 13. This is nowhere near the same team. Now, I'm not trying to disparage Mihajlo Petrovic or anything like that. I'm just pointing out a player that is seeing limited to no minutes right now for this team. Saw nearly 20 minutes in that game. Now you're seeing, like I said, limited to no minutes out there. But if we go beyond the surface of just talking about last game and stuff like that, and just actually look at a deep dive of where these two teams are at and really try to investigate what we can learn by seeing them in the NCAA tournament and other things like that, I think we'll figure out a whole lot more that will be in the Illinois Fighting Illini's favor in this one. So like I said, it's UConn 33-5. They are 17-3 in the Big East. They are number 9 in KenPom, the lowest rated team left in the NCAA tournament. They have elite defense. They have elite defensive guards. They're holding teams to about 65 points per game. And a huge reason for that is their front court duo in Terrence Reed and Alex Karaban, especially with how Terrence Reed has performed here in the NCAA tournament. He has 20 points or more in 3 of his last 4 tournament games. He is punishing drop coverage that teams are playing against him. Alex Karaban is being utilized all over the place. The scoring, the floor spacing, everything that he is giving them is huge for them in this matchup. Solo Ball and Braylon Mullins are good perimeter creators. Mullins had the game winner versus Duke, shows how clutch he has been this season, but he's not been shooting the 3 the best in this game against NCAA tournament teams. Sonny and I last episode had a bit of a disagreement to where Sonny doesn't think you let UConn get those 3s and you just kind of let a guy like Terrence Reed go down low, and if he gets 30 plus points in the game, it is what it is. I say let him shoot, right? Double Terrence Reed down in the block, let him shoot. And if these guys start hitting 3s, then you change things up. But going into this game, dare them to shoot, dare the guys to shoot that have not been shooting the ball super well. Solo ball has not been his normal self. Braylon Mullins has not been playing or shooting at his standard in the NCAA tournament. Let me know what you guys think, though, here at Talk Illini, part of Orange and Blue News, the On3 Network, in the comment section. Who do you side with in this little disagreement here between me and Sonny? Do you side with double Terrence Reed, let the shooters kind of have some more room out there, or are you of the prediction or the opinion that you just go one-on-one with Terrence Reed down there, whether it's Mirk, whether it's Tommy, whatever it might be, go one-on-one down there with them and see what happens? I think you guys know where I stand. If you watched the last video, if you just heard me talk about it, you know where I stand, but we'll see how it goes from there. Silas Demery is the final guard to talk about in the starting lineup. He's had some ankle problems here in the NCAA tournament, so his minutes have been limited, but he's still been playing a good role for this UConn team. Still a very quality defender. UConn's guard depth takes a hit in the transition of his minutes, and seeing what's going to happen here, we'll see if those minutes continue to be limited against Illinois. They are going to need Demery as much as they can possibly get him. But as we mentioned before, Jaden Ross is also somebody that will definitely get some time guarding Keaton Wagler, as well as he does match up height-wise and stuff like that with him a little bit more. UConn has gone through a gauntlet of a tournament path. Michigan State, UCLA, Duke, they've beaten all those teams. Furman, not really so much, a 15 seed. Some argued could have been a better 15, better than a 15 seed, but still only a 15 seed, and they made pretty quick work of them. Terrence Reed Jr. has had interior dominance all over the place, and this is a UConn team that is very dangerous in the NCAA tournament. Three Final Fours in the last 4 years under Dan Hurley. Two of those resulted, and with the other one we're in right now, two of those resulted in national championships. Their March poise has been unmatched here recently. Dan Hurley looks to be one of the best, if not the best. I think he's the best coach in college basketball. But there are some weaknesses to this team that can be exploited. As much as that 19-point comeback that UConn had against Duke was impressive, I also thought that in that game that Duke kind of gave it away, right? Yes, Terrence Reed outplayed Cam Boozer. Give him all the credit for that. But Duke on that final play, Caden Boozer made a play that you had multiple different outcomes you could have done instead. UConn called a timeout on their final possession before, took 20 seconds off the shot clock, and then they get fouled and they're able to shoot free throws. They hit one free throw, and then that's how they're in the situation where they're down by 2. You look at this game, and yes, give UConn credit. They came back. No lead is safe against this UConn team, and I think Illinois fans and the Illinois team has to know that. But overall, this is a situation where, if Illinois doesn't screw it up, if Illinois doesn't lose the game, I think they have a really good opportunity here to win this one. Now, if we dive a little bit deeper into this Illinois team, and can I just say before we do that, have you been seeing the content on social media lately? The practice, all the fans that were in attendance. Look, it is no secret. Illinois fans are going to take over, or already have taken over, Indianapolis for this Final Four situation right now. The Illinois fans are coming out like crazy, and you look at it, UConn fans have been there before. They're probably a little, I wouldn't say that they're like, fat and happy or anything like that, but they probably like, yeah, we've been here before. This is a really cool thing. I went to the last Final Four, yada, yada, yada. Michigan, yes, it's a good program and everything, but they're much more of a football program. Yeah, you get some basketball people that say, yeah, this is great when they're going to the Final Four, but they always care about, football more than anything else. And then Arizona fans, they just do not travel, unfortunately for them and their team, from all the way out west. It's going to be much harder to travel. This is only about 120 miles for Illinois fans to get from Champaign, really to get from most places in Illinois to Indianapolis. This is a fantastic situation for them, and it's going to be very uplifting for this Illinois team, who is number one in KenPom offensive efficiency. 4 players are averaging 10 points per game right now, and they're doing a fantastic job right now with scoring 83.8 points per game on average and only allowing 68.7 points per game on average. They have an average margin, in their favor here of 15.1. Great stuff for Illinois, playing a lot of great basketball. And I don't even think we've seen the best of this Illinois team yet. You talk about key players, Keaton Wagler, David Mirkovic, Andrej Stojakovic, Kylan Boswell, Thomas Lavavisa. You talk about all these key players, Zavon, Jake Davis, Ben Hummercast, like all of these key players. I could just name basically the entire rotation as key players with all these different guys with what they bring to the table and what they can do. But overall, I don't even think we've seen the best of them yet. Yeah, we've probably seen, close to the best, if not the best, of Andrej Stojakovic in this tournament. But we haven't seen the best of this team. We've seen the best out of his defense against Bennett Sturts. We saw the best out of his offense against VCU in that game. Keaton Wagler, he got to the basket very well against Houston, and that was huge. And he was able to get to the basket well against Iowa. But he scored 40 plus before against Purdue at Mackey Arena. We've not seen the explosion, the offensive explosion out of him yet. We've not seen David Mirkovic have, the explosion that many people, expect you might see out of him at some point. Kylan Boswell has been struggling with his offense a little bit, but what has carried them to this moment is the defense. And when I see a team be able to adjust when it matters the most to what they need in the moment, you're talking about Keaton Wagler, David Mirkovic, Andrej Stojakovic, Kylan Boswell, all averaging 12.5 points per game or more, and most of them struggling with their, struggling by their standards with their offense right now. If they can put it all together, right? If this Illinois team can have some of those runs that we've seen this season, I think this is an Illinois team that can get out, get a big lead in this game. We're looking at maybe 10, 15 points. That's what I would consider a big lead in the Final Four, and I think they could hold on to it. I know UConn just erased a 19-point deficit against Duke. I understand that. But if Illinois, with their defense and the way they've been playing lately, I think they can hold on to a lead like that. I hesitate to say that UConn won't go on a 30-0 run again or anything like that. I'm pretty confident they won't go on a run of that of a run of, that magnitude again. But I just think that this Illinois defense has been too strong. I think this Illinois defense has been too good to allow something like that to happen again. Will UConn get their run? Of course they will. They're UConn. They do a great job being able to get out, get runs, but this is not the same UConn team as we saw last year with that offense that, was able to go on that 30-0 run. And this is not the same Illinois defense that allowed that to happen too. Cam Crocker has been huge for this team. Cam Crocker, prayers out for him and everything that he and his family have been through right now. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there was an article written about Cam Crocker and some of the struggles that he faced during the middle of the season, kind of around the time a little bit where some people were questioning some of the defense and stuff like that, which makes total sense with some family issues and some health related things and stuff like that. I believe one of his children. So very, very sad stuff, but Cam Crocker has come out of this. He's been a fantastic coach. Sounds like everything is mostly healthy, if not fully healthy at this point. So that's great news. But overall, just go read the article on it. I forget where I read the article at. I apologize. I should be plugging that if I'm going to reference it like that. But overall, I think this is an Illinois team that's just peaking at the right time on defense. And if you could get them even close to peaking on offense with peaking on defense the way they are right now, it's going to be huge for this team. So overall, Ken Pom actually has this one as a win for Illinois. So huge here for Illinois to get the Ken Pom prediction 74-70 in this one. And a lot of it comes down to the offense. A lot of it comes down to the efficiency. A lot of this comes down to just the way this Illinois team has played throughout the season. I think if they can keep their turnovers down, I think if they don't fall in love with the three-pointer too much and they do a great job of getting in the basket and they don't foul. That's been another huge thing with this Illinois team. The foul discrepancy right now for this Illinois team has been absolutely massive. The amount of fouls that they have, and and not sending other teams to the free throw line is huge. When you make every single possession be pretty much earned, and you're only sending Houston to the free throw line twice. I mean, not even like you sent them there twice. They had 2 free throws. They sent them there once, and he just got 2 free throws out of the one trip. So it's been fantastic. I think Illinois keeps rolling. I know Dan Hurley has the seriousness. I know Brad Underwood's kind of taking this in and everything, but I think this team plays their best when they play a little loose. I think this team plays to their full potential, and I think that Brad Underwood has done his best coaching job of his career right now. I think that he's in that moment. Does that mean he's going to outcoach Dan Hurley in this game? No, not necessarily, but I think he's going to do enough to be able to put Illinois in the situation to win the game. And with these guys, with the way they've performed, with the way they've played this season, I trust these Illinois players. I trust Keaton Wagler. I trust these guys to be able to go out and get the win. I trust the offense. My prediction for this game is that Illinois will win 79-74. Let me know what your score prediction is down in the comments below. This is going to be a great game, and we will be back here to talk about it after the game is over. Definitely appreciate you being here, listening and watching on Talk Illini, part of Orange and Blue News of the On3 Network. Please like and subscribe. It helps us out so much. Right now, we are getting more views on this channel than we have subscribers on this channel. That's huge. That means that we are creating content that you all are enjoying, that you all are partaking in, are taking in, and we just so much appreciate that that you're doing that. If you would like the video and subscribe, it would help us out so much to be able to not only give you more videos, but also have more motivation to give you all videos, to be able to talk more about this Illini program that is just peaking in multiple areas right now. Final Four right now, 19 wins the past 2 seasons for the football program. Josh Whitman has this program has the school in a great situation right now. Let's support it by supporting those who are creating content around it. Like, subscribe here at Talk Illini. We appreciate you being here. Thank you for listening. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.